wide receiver decisions.
Yep.
We got some fun ones to talk about, man.
Yeah.
Let's start with Tim Patrick.
Yeah, do you play Tim Patrick this week?
I feel like you have to.
Yeah, honestly, he scored double-digit points. He hasn't scored more than 12 points in a week, but he scored double-digit points every week except week 4 against Baltimore. He's seen around 6 targets per game. He's catching around half of those. He's gotten the end zone 3 times. He looks good out in the field.
Yeah, and
I think he's a flex play.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely like. Here's the thing, man. Is he going to win you a
Judy
week? No.
should not be there this week.
Judy's not going to be there. But is he going to win you this week? Probably not.
No.
But he's going to guarantee you at least like 13, 14 points.
I'd say 10, but yes.
Okay. Well, I'll say a little bit higher than that. I'll go 12. We'll just say 12, 13, somewhere through there. But, I mean, usually when he's not getting in the end zone, he's seeing pretty high volumes. And sounds good to me.
Yeah.
I mean, and they're playing Cleveland this week. And
which I lean more on the side that Denver's going to do what they want against Cleveland.
Yeah.
Cleveland's still got a pretty good defense, but
they do, but everyone's getting hurt. I mean, they just lost I always say his last name, but Olusu Koromoa as well.
Olusu Koromoa, yep.
Yeah, well, we're still missing another name. It's got like whatever. But he's a beast.
Maybe
dude.
that's why
he like leads the
draft.
team in tackles.
Yeah.
Like,
and he fell in the draft too.
Yeah, he did. So, but yeah, I love Tim Patrick this week.
Yep, same game. Odell Beckham.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Here's why. Even if Baker's playing, like, I just don't.
Odell was in and out of this game too with injury.
Yes. And I don't think he's even. I don't think he did anything today for practice.
No, yeah.
Obviously.
But he's one of those players.
And it's a shoulder, right? Wasn't it a shoulder?
It is. Yes,
shoulder. So that makes me nervous. But
yeah, I think you sit him. I think you sit him until he does something in back-to-back games. And Denver's not a good matchup.
No, it's not. Yeah, I'm out on Odell this week.
Okay, this one is actually real interesting.
Let's do it. Jalen Waddle, baby.
Yeah, do you trust Jalen Waddle now?
Well, do I trust? I trust him.
Do you?
I trust Jalen Waddle. I just don't trust.
He hasn't. I mean, he's had some bad games this season.
Yeah, but how much of that is his fault?
Some of it.
I mean, yeah, obviously some of it, but I still would. I'm blaming more of the offense in general.
What I like is he's had 2 games with 13 targets and another game with 8 targets in the season. But I don't know why then he sees games with 4 targets and 6 targets and 5 targets.
Yeah, and some of those matchups are good matchups, like Indy.
And how is he a dink and dunk player in the NFL? I was not expecting him to be a dink and dunk player in the NFL. He got 10 passes for 70 yards this past week. 7 yards per catch. He got in the end zone twice. So he had a good game. Do you play him this week against Atlanta?
So normally I would say yes. Obviously, it's Atlanta's defense. I'm not a fan of Atlanta's defense.
I think he's a flex play this week.
But yeah, you can't put him as
nice
a 2.
To see Gesicki also had a good game last week against Jacksonville. Same with Waddle.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think Jacksonville and Atlanta's defense are comparable. I think Waddle you can throw out there as a flex play.
Yeah, yeah. To me, it just comes down to Tua and the rest of this offense. Like, I mean, that's where I don't like
big plays out of Waddle, like we saw in college.
Where's the big plays out of Tua? Like, no, like, I mean, again, it still starts with your quarterback. Tua has not looked good.
Yeah, okay, but they're not. Waddle needs to run routes going.
Well, it's not him. I mean, it's the team. Like, if they're having him run all these little routes, it's not his fault.
But that's not Tua's fault either.
Oh, true. But I'm just saying. I don't like it in general.
Waddle flex play against Atlanta.
Yeah, move on. All right, Corey Davis, Jameson Crowder.
Yeah.
Talk Jets.
Yep. Corey Davis has had himself a couple games this season, and he's had a couple other bad games this season. Crowder has played in 2 games so far this year. One of them was good. Do you play either of them, both of them, neither of them? They're playing at New England. And they've already played New England once this year. New England shut Corey Davis down week 2. He had 5 targets in that game, 2 receptions for 8 yards. Jameson Crowder did not play in that game.
Yeah. Yeah, but keep in mind, I mean, it wasn't just Corey Davis. They shut down the whole entire offense.
Yeah. And if I had to pick one here, I think I still lean Corey Davis.
Yeah, I'm still going to go Corey Davis, but keep in mind, man, I do really like Jameson Crowder.
Jameson Crowder is
he's a target hog.
He's just one of those veteran wide receivers.
Yeah, but he's a target hog, man. and he's going to quickly, I think, gain the trust, of Zach Wilson. But I think this go around, man, like Zach Wilson needs to get kind of his stuff together. But I would play Corey Davis probably as a flex.
Low in flex.
Yeah, and I probably wouldn't put Crowder out there this week.
Yeah. Agreed. Same game.
Yep.
You playing any receivers for the Patriots?
Not a chance.
Yeah, same.
No.
Same.
Nelson Aguilar, obviously, since week 1, he's been garbage. You can drop him, in my opinion.
Yeah. Kendrick Bourne, the other guy who they brought in free agency, he caught one pass last week for 75 yards and a touchdown.
Yep.
That was it. That's all he's done pretty much all season.
Yeah, they're not really passing the ball. This isn't a passing. It's run first now.
Yeah.
Very, very run heavy.
If I had to pick one, it's Jacoby Myers.
Yep.
Which, honestly, hold
or
on. Let me double
end.
check some.
Isn't Hunter?
I'm glad I double checked this because I had a feeling. You know what's funny? Jacoby Myers doesn't have an NFL touchdown to his name yet.
No, he doesn't.
He's playing a lot of NFL games. He's caught a lot of NFL passes. He has over 1,000 yards in his NFL career.
Keep in mind, dude, he had an 18-point week, and it wasn't because of a touchdown.
Yeah.
It's because he had 14 targets, 9 receptions on 94 yards.
Yeah, and half point, that was like 13.9.
Oh, it's true. I'm in PPR. Are you doing half point?
Mm-hmm.
Good call.
Yeah, I don't want to start anyone. Even in such a good matchup, I think Damian Harris is going to have his way, and we'll get to tight ends later. Because it's at least somewhat interesting. But
yeah, Hunter Henry, dude, 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Let's go to Cincinnati. Let's talk T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd.
Yeah. Both were real bad last week. In a game against Detroit, I thought at least one of these guys was going to pop off. Neither of them did. T. Higgins out-targeted Boyd 2-1. Boyd saw 3. Higgins saw 6. I'm playing one at Baltimore. Baltimore's defense has played well recently. Very well. They shut the Chargers down. That one really shocked me.
Yeah, dude, that was insane, man.
They were like the first team to actually shut down Mike Williams.
I remember because I'm playing you this week, and you have Justin Herbert, and I'm like, oh, this is going to suck.
Mm-hmm.
I think he came out with 13 points. That was insane.
If I'm picking one, it'd be Higgins, but I don't think you play either of these guys this week, Higgins or Boyd.
Yeah, I'm definitely out on both, but yeah, if you have to play one, I'd play Higgins
Again,
as well.
there are a lot of important fantasy players on bye this week, so you are going to have those decisions like Stephon Diggs, the Bills, they're on bye.
Yep.
Cowboys, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, they're on bye. Vikings, Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson, they're on bye. Steelers, Deontay Johnson, Claypool, Chargers, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Jaguars, Marvin Jones. That's a lot of wide receivers that people have been starting pretty much every week.
Yep. They're all gone this week.
That are on bye. So you are going to have to go down to the bottom of the barrel in some cases. If I had to pick one, it's Higgins. But
yeah, I would play Higgins too because I think he'll get the higher target share.
Yep.
But T. Higgins has had some drop issues this year too. So
yeah.
Taper expectations. Let's go Marquis Brown.
Yep. Same game. Marquis Brown. Last week, not a good week. I still think you play him this week as a low-end wide receiver 2 flex play.
That was a tough week coming off the week he had beforehand.
Yeah. And it's also Rashad Bateman.
Yeah.
Rashad Bateman played his first NFL game last week. Nothing spectacular. I've been waiting to see how that was going to interact with Marquis Brown. Really didn't affect anything. Bateman saw 6 targets, but he only caught 4 of them for 29 yards.
Yeah, the 6 targets was nice, though.
Yeah, that is nice. That's about the average. Marquis Brown sees a little bit higher of an average than that per game. But I do think they're going to be utilized differently, and I still think you keep rolling Marquis Brown out there until proven otherwise. He'll be an inconsistent player just because he's had a couple games where he's seen 10 targets in a game, but most weeks he's around that 5-6.
Yeah, but he's got a pretty decent matchup coming up here with Cincinnati. So
yeah. But yeah, Cincinnati's another one of those defenses, man, that can kind of turn it on at times.
Yeah, they do.
I feel like that's how most of the defenses in the league.
You've said this so many times, man. They're a fun team to watch.
They are. The Bengals are a fun team to watch.
There it is again. All right, let's go to Vegas. Let's Henry Ruggs. Let's chat with Henry Ruggs.
Yeah, Henry Ruggs is. I'm gonna call him the 2-touch guy because if he gets 2 catches in a game, he'll probably been good enough to play in most weeks. If he gets those 2 deep passes, he catches them, he's good. Outside of that, I'm not playing any other receiver. Brian Edwards, he looks good. Just throw him the ball more. Like,
Yeah.
did anyone see that big play he had going down the sideline?
Yeah.
Hunter Renfrow, not playing him. If I'm playing any Ruggs, it's not a terrible matchup against Philly. He's just got to catch the deep passes.
Yeah. I love looking at his stat totals, dude. So his yards per catch, week 1, 23, week 2, 22, week 3, 19, 4, 20, 17 against Cincinnati or Chicago, but then 32 was his yards per catch against Denver. Like, again, that's how he is. He's a deep threat guy, and he'll catch a couple passes deep, and then that's about all you're going to get from him. And I think that's why it's frustrating us, is because Brian Edwards can be that and more.
Well, honestly, him and Brian Edwards see about the same targets every week. It's just Henry Ruggs is a little bit deeper down the field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just sucks because I do like Brian Edwards a lot.
I do too. And
I know you do.
He's not a perfect player. Like, he'll have a drop every now and then, but I still wish they threw him the ball more.
Yeah. All right. Michael Pittman.
Yeah. Coming off week 5, Baltimore was going on when we were talking. It was a Monday night game, and we said play him last week because he was looking good in that game, and he was good. He was very good in that Baltimore game. Last week against Houston, 3 targets for 2 receptions for 35 yards. I know Paris Campbell caught a big deep pass, which Paris Campbell is now dealing with an injury. I believe he's going to be out for some time. You play him at San Francisco, Michael Pittman.
I don't know, man.
I think you play him.
I don't,
like I was
playing
mentioning
New Orleans,
earlier.
right?
No, he's playing San Francisco.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong. I'm looking at Lockett.
Yeah,
playing San Francisco. I don't think I'd play him.
I think you play him as a mid to high end flex play. Again, there's just a lot of major wide receivers that people have been playing on bye this week, and I wouldn't be shy. I feel like Michael Pittman's a good play this week. He is a wide receiver 3 on the season and has had a couple bad games.
Okay. Last but not least, Tyler Lockett.
Yes. First game with Geno Smith. Not good. I believe he didn't have his first catch until the 3rd quarter, which
that's bad.
Lockett just seems that happens every once in a while with Tyler Lockett. Sometimes he just doesn't catch a pass until almost the game's over. It's at New Orleans. You're not going to have to worry about Marshawn Lattimore. He has been very good this season. He's going to be on DK. Lockett is a flex play because he could still break it off, but it's been a bad month. It's been a bad month for Lockett. And if you don't want to play him, I understand it.
Yeah. I mean, Tyler, it's just been rough since week 2. Yeah. He's just rattled off. The next 4 games have just been garbage. The thing for me with Tyler Lockett is even with Geno Smith, or if they bring in a Cam Newton, I just feel like DK fits more of a, they're going to throw to him instead.
Yeah.
Like Tyler Lockett.
Well, yeah, DK Metcalf is the better player by far.
But Tyler Lockett is Russell's guy. It's like Randall Cobb and Randall Cobb's only good when he's playing with Aaron Rodgers. I don't know if Tyler Lockett, outside of Russell Wilson, if he's still going to be Tyler Lockett.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have much of a sample size throughout history, but
we just kind of have this one game. But even with Russell Wilson, the past game or games prior, it wasn't great.
Yeah.
Metcalf has really taken over this offense to me. So
yeah, I understand.
Would you try to trade him?
No, I don't think you're gonna get anything for him.
You don't think so? You don't think even with the name?
No,
because I still think he has a lot of upside.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I wouldn't trade him for nothing.
That's why he's one of those wild card players, which is why you can throw him in your flex because he is a guy who can go off for a 20+ point game any week.
Okay. All right. You got anything else you want to add about Tyler Lockett?
I love him.
I know you do.
But, yeah, I hate to see this.
Thank you for watching the Fantasy Monsters on YouTube. If you liked today's episode, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel below. We also have a merch store we want you to check out with all new gear that we've got available. That'll be in the description. Also, if you want to see any past videos, you can check that out as well. Thank you so much for watching the Fantasy Monsters. We'll catch you next time.
Have a good one.